time once again. Today we're going to talk about my asshole grandfather. Well, you've heard some stories about him. He was a mean man. He was terrible. He was abusive to my grandmother. He beat up my grandmother. He hurt my grandmother really bad one time. She almost died. He hurt animals. He was mean to my mom. He was mean to me. He was mean to my sister. He was mean to basically everything that walked the face of the earth. He was a terrible man, and he's burning in hell right now. If there is a hell, he's down there burning. As one of my old haters would say, he's being shagged by the devil, and I'm sure he is, because I hope he's getting raped every day by the devil, because, man, he deserves it, because he was an asshole. He was terrible. But what I'm about to share with you in this video are some very disturbing stories. So if you're offended by anything like this, don't watch any more of this video, because this is all true and not made up. Where should I start? I really don't know where to start. But my grandfather, he was in World War II, but he never killed anybody. He had a desk job. But my grandmother always said when he came back from the war, he was never the same. Maybe because he saw a bunch of dead people or something. I don't know. But it makes me wonder what made him change, because he said he used to be a good man until he went in World War II, and he was never the same. So something happened there. I don't know exactly what happened. But he was an electrician, so he was good at doing wires and doing lights and stuff like that. But he worked for this company, electric company. I think he was like the main electrician until he got fired. He was stealing copper wires from the company, and he brought him home and hid him in his house. One day the FBI showed up at his door. They raided his house, found all the copper wires, and I think he went to jail a long time. So that's one story about him. And he was mean as hell. I don't know, after the war he just became mean or what, but he was crazy. He would get really drunk and try to shoot my grandmother. She'd get drunk too and try to shoot him. So it was a crazy relationship. And they had two kids, my dad and my dad's brother, Steve. They both passed away. Steve died in 2006, that was my uncle. And my dad died in 2008, same day my grandfather died, which is kind of strange. Except my grandfather died in 2002, my dad died in 2008. So that's kind of weird to die on the same day, around the same time, which makes it kind of strange. Anyway, my grandfather, he was mean, he was hateful. He got in a fight with my grandmother one time. He beat her so bad she almost died, and he stomped her till her guts were coming out. They had to put her female organs back in her body with emergency surgery because she almost died from bleeding to death. Then she went back home to him. Why the hell did she go back home to him? I think my grandmother was scared of him. I don't know. She was scared of him or something. She was afraid to leave him. If she left him, he'd kill her, I guess. And one time she fell down the stairs, and I think he pushed her down the stairs. And she broke her hip and her leg, and she laid on the floor for 2 days. He didn't call 911 till like a few days later.